What is up, Husk Killers, all you gals and guys out there? I, as promised, am going to do a video on the Armory. This one is going to be the meat and potatoes part of the Armory, schematics, heroes, survivors, and defenders. And we are going to get into it pretty heavy, so let's just jump into it. Okay, in the Armory, your first tab, your first window is schematics. So when you go into your schematics, this well, it's another window. Part of the confusing part about Save the World is all of the different windows to navigate through. And this one, it's easy once you learn it. So up at the top, I'll go over really quickly. The window I'm in now is infinity, so it just means like everything that you've got. Every weapon that you have in your inventory is in this slot. The exclamation point means new, and you can see right under it says sorted by rating, then it says schematics/new. So any new schematics that you get show up in this window. Anything that you are able to upgrade with your schematic XP shows up in the up arrow window, oddly enough. This is the items that you can add to your collection book. So I will go over the collection book in the next video, but you get a ton of rewards out of adding stuff to your collection book. So if you have doubles, make sure you add the double to the collection book. Don't get greedy for the schematic XP just yet. Wait until you've already put it in the collection book, because you'll get plenty of schematics, triple, quadruple, quintuple. You'll get a bunch of them, multiple. So you'll be able to get your schematic XP, I promise. The next one is all your ranged weapons, and yes, I have a tendency to collect ranged weapons because I like legendary weapons. They're just cool. These are all of your melee weapons, and I have a ton of these too. Now there's a use for all of them, because some of the heroes, constructors, are going to hit harder with this little socket slugger here, whereas my ninja, I'm leveling this up for my ninja, and then for my soldier, I'm leveling this up. So there's just different weapons for different roles. These are all of my trap schematics. I don't keep a ton of trap schematics. I only keep the legendaries, and then the other ones get added to a collection book. Now, if I don't have a legendary, I'll keep the next best one. So like these poor little wooden floor spikes are rare. I haven't even seen an epic schematic for them. I have friends, and one of my sons has the legendary version of this, which I'm getting a little peeved about because I haven't seen it in 71 days logged in. I haven't seen anything better than this for wooden floor spikes. A little bit salty about that. Now, really quickly, and this is going to work the same with heroes, so if you want to level something up, right, you go in, you click on it or hit X, and you get this little menu. You can favorite it, you can upgrade and inspect it, you can favorite it, you can compare it to another one, you can recycle it, which means you get the XP for the card, or you can add it to the collection book. Now this one has an insane DPS on it with water damage at level 20. I'm going to level this one up. So really quickly, let's just say I want to make this my favorite. It'll add it to the top of the list, and it'll make you unable to recycle it. So remember that. If you favorite something, you will not be able to recycle or add it to the collection book until you unfavorite it. So this is super simple. I just push triangle to, oh, I've got to evolve it. Wow. All right, so we're going to evolve this to 2-star, to silver. I've got all of the necessary stuff. I push square, boom, it went from power level 27 to 35, and I can upgrade it from level 10 to level 20, which will then get me the water affliction. And I can go over individual schematic stuff in another video. I wanted to get through the upgrading because I think most people that are playing this can figure that sort of thing out themselves. You get your bonuses, you have your schematic. Bonuses are stats on the right-hand side of the screen, tells you what it does. So I've got on my Siege Breaker, 20% weapon stability, plus 25% magazine size, plus 22.5, you get it, plus 50% reload speed. And then the very last one is my nature weapon damage. And I love having all kinds of affliction damage on my weapons. It makes them look cooler, and it makes them a lot more effective in combat. Heroes, I have a lot, and the reason for that is because of expeditions that I'll go into another time. But it is the same thing with heroes. All you got to do is you go in, you click on it, you hit upgrade and inspect, And then as you can see, if I were to hit triangle again, I would be able to level her up to level 26. Now I don't want to do that because I'm not pushing for her level 30 perk. You know, the plasma overdrive increases the rate of plasma pulse by 33%, which is cool. It's going to be a huge DPS bump when I'm in higher levels, but I'm just not ready to take her 5 more levels yet. I'm more interested in making sure that my Raven gets up to level 30, which, how about this? I'm going to do it right now. Boom. So now my debilitating shots vulnerability stacks to 9% instead of 5. So now instead of stacking to 25% extra damage, it's now 45% extra damage just with that simple trick. He's power level 82. He is ready for a lot in this game. The other thing that you can do with heroes, and it's got the same windows up top, you know, new heroes, the ones you can upgrade, the ones that you can add to your collection book, soldiers, constructors, ninjas, and outlanders. The other thing that you can do from here, and you can't do it with him, but you can also retire, because I've already added one of him to my collection book. Now, if I was going to take, let's say, Demolitionist Penny, and I wanted to, let's say, get the hero XP for her, because I'm not going to use her, I've got the add to collection book at the bottom. I want to do that first, and I will go into that in the collection book video that I'll do next. Alright, so heroes. Survivors work exactly the same way. Same windows up top shows you all of your survivors, new ones, the ones you can upgrade, which will come in very, very handy in my next video, and you'll see why, or 2 videos, you'll see why. This is where you're going to upgrade your survivors from. It's got collection book survivors, it's got your lead survivors, which I could get rid of probably some of these because I have appropriate survivors in every slot except this one, I think. Yeah. So I need to find a gadgeteer lead survivor somewhere. I will eventually, and then replace him. And then all of your subordinate survivors, so non-lead survivors. And you do the same thing in here. You go to the one that you want to upgrade or retire or what have you. You open up the menu, hit upgrade and inspect. I can't do her right now because I don't have enough XP. If I were to go over to where who I can upgrade, it'll show me, but none of these guys are my slotted survivors, so I don't really need to do anything with them right now. Defenders. Awesome thing about defenders, you get them all the time, and you can retire them, and when you retire them, and I'm going to go ahead and retire this guy because I've already got one in the collection book and he's blue, and I don't open up that many slots for these guys in my missions, and I also don't use them very much, so I'm just going to go ahead and retire him. When you retire defenders, you can see on the right hand side you get hero XP, and anything that is blue or above you get training manuals, which you are going to need to evolve your characters. Whether it's survivors, defenders, or main heroes, you are going to need training manuals. So anything blue, purple, or orange, so rare, epic, or legendary, is going to give you a training manual. And I believe blues give you 1, purples give you 2, and oranges give you 3. Not 100% on that, but I could actually check it pretty quickly. Yeah. Oh, so for a purple you get 4, and I don't even know how much you get for an orange, because I don't really have. I have 1 orange and she's slotted, so I can't do anything with her. And their defenders are organized in the same way, you know, new, upgradable. Now, be aware that even though you get hero XP for retiring them, you have to use hero XP in order to upgrade them. So you've got to find that balance between how much do I actually use them and how much do I want to level my heroes. So you just got to be careful. So anyway, these are the upgradables, the ones you can add to the collection book. These are your assault rifle, melee, pistol, shotgun, and sniper survivor or defenders. And you'll find those in missions. You'll get them as rewards for different quests, quest lines. You'll get them all over the place. As far as schematics and people go, that is pretty much it. It's really not that difficult to get around once it's broken down. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I will be checking a couple of times a week just to see if there's any other help that I can give everybody out there. Now, as always, like it if you like it. Gals and guys, I hope to see you in game. As always, check out my other videos. Dajawe out.